Shalom, shalom. Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ahaba Kakwadash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one only true name is Yahweh Shai. Bahashem, meaning coming in the name. Ba means coming in. Ha means the. Shah means name. Rakah meaning spirit. Kwadash meaning holy. Double honors to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the elders and the apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who will well and teach well, because those are the men who I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you sincere brothers that are scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity, and shalom to you sincere sisters that's listening in silence as the scriptures command you to do so. I am the brother Mashiach Razakah, and pretty much we're going to go into reincarnation, because reincarnation does exist and it is in the scriptures. Now, you might have people that are going to come across my title and they're probably going to debate and try to say that reincarnation doesn't exist. Well, that's your own opinion, but according to the scriptures, it does exist. And we got precepts that we're going to use in this lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to those that are willing to learn. Okay, but reincarnation, it does exist, and it is in the Bible. It's prophesied in the Bible. So let's get to it. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Titus 3 and 5. It says, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us, right? By the washing of regeneration and the renewing of the Holy Spirit. Now that washing of regeneration, okay, we have reincarnation. Okay, we die on this earth and we come back. Okay, the body that you're in, that you look in the mirror every day in, one day is going to decease. It's going to go into the dust, and then the spirit is going to go back up to the Lord who gave it, right, as it's prophesied. Okay, so we have a washing of regeneration. Okay, washing of regeneration, which that word re means again, and that word gene means DNA. Okay, so we come back on the earth every third and fourth generation. So reincarnation does exist. Okay, it is in the Bible. Okay, this is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. It says, the thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there's no new thing under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay, everything that we see and done, it always has been done before. There's nothing new under the sun. Verse 10, it says, is there anything whereof it may be said, it says, see this is new. It had been already of old time. It already has been done before, right? Which was before us. Verse 11, it says, there is no remembrance of former things, right? So you can't remember who you were in the times past. None of us can. We can't remember who we were. Our spirit has been around all the way since the beginning of time. Okay, we've been around many times, but this body that we're in, it doesn't have remembrance. You can't remember who you were back in the time of Yahweh Shai, back in the time of Noah, back in the time of, we can think of back then, whoever we were on the earth in the time, in the time of Jeremiah, Zephaniah, we don't have no remembrance of those times. This is why, you got a lot of guys in this truth, you see them, they say that they King David, but how can you have remembrance of who you were when the scriptures say in verse 11 there's no remembrance of former things? So you can't remember who you were. You can't remember who you were 200, 300, 400 years ago. You can't. The Lord ain't going to give us that capability. It says there is no remembrance of former things, so you can't remember who you were, but you are reincarnated on the earth again. We're back on this earth again, but we existed way back in the ancient world as well, before we were the person who we are today. Okay, it says there's no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Right, because when you come back on the earth, you're not going to have no remembrance of who you were. You're not going to remember who you were 10 years, like I said, not 10, but like 500-600 years ago. You're not going to remember. All right, even in the time of Yahweh Shai, you ain't going to have remembrance. You have no remembrance of former things. So when you say you're King David, or you say you're King Solomon, or you say you're these men You don't have no remembrance of that. So how can you say you're that person? Okay. So we don't have remembrance of former things, remembrance of who we were before we are the person today. No, you ain't gonna have remembrance of that. It says Samuel 7:12. It says, and when thy days be fulfilled, and thou sleep with thy fathers, right? Because you're gonna die on the earth just as our forefathers died on the earth. Okay, they died on the earth. They died on the earth, right? Their spirit went back to the Lord, and they came back again on the earth. Now we mentioned of Moses and them. They're dwelling on the earth today. Moses, all of the people that we hear of the ancient world, they're dwelling on the earth today, but we don't know who they are. Yes, those prophets, the prophets of the ancient world that's mentioned in the Bible, are dwelling on the earth today, but we don't know who they are. Okay. We don't know who those individuals are today. Okay. But it says, and when thy days be fulfilled, right, and thou sleep with thy fathers, right, you die, right? It says, I will set up thy seed after thee, right? Because when you die, your this body that you have decomposes, goes to the dust, and your spirit goes to the Lord. But guess what? You come back again through the seed line of your line, of your lineage, through your children. Okay, every third and fourth generation, you come back on the earth. It says, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. You see that? So we do die, and we do come back on the earth. You die, and you come back on the earth. Yes. This is Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was. So this body that you have, that you look in the mirror every day, that you take a shower in, you brush your teeth in, you clean your face in, you dress, this body, this corrupt flesh that you look in the mirror every day, is one day is going to decompose and it's going to go to the dust. But your spirit is going to go back to the Lord. It does. Right? It says, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it. Right? Because the Lord is the one who's the one that did everything, that established everything. Okay? He's the one that's the whole director of the show. So when you die, you don't go to heaven or hell. When you die, this body that you have decomposes, and your spirit goes to the spiritual realm, and you rest. You don't go to heaven or hell. Okay? You don't go to hell. You don't burn for eternity. No. When you die, your spirit goes to rest. And there's scriptures that we can prove. Just like, for example, when you read the book of Samuel, so like you read the book of Samuel, right? When King Saul, he spoke to that witch, and that witch brought Samuel back from the dead, right? When King Saul was losing his throne as king, and he went to go talk to that witch, and that witch summoned Samuel back from the dead. And Samuel said, "Who woke me from my nap?" So when you die, you're at spiritual rest. Okay, you can read that. Look that up. When King Saul talked to that witch, she told him. When King Saul talked to that witch and she risen Samuel up from the dead, Samuel said, "Who woke me? Who wake me?" So when you die, your spirit goes to the spiritual realm, and you rest. Okay. It says, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it. So that's how it works. You don't fucking die and burn eternally. That's not in the Bible. That's Roman Catholic doctrine. That's under 501c3. 2 Samuel 7:12. I read that already. Salakia. John 11:11. This is St. John 11:11. It says, these things said he, and after that he said unto them, our friend Lazarus sleepeth, because Lazarus died. Yahushua did wept when Lazarus died, right? Lazarus died. But the disciples, they didn't understand what he was saying. They was thinking he was talking about him taking a rest, but he was dead. Okay, he died. He was pretty much at spiritual sleep. He was asleep, spiritually asleep. Okay, but he in the physical realm, he was deceased. But his spirit went to rest. Okay, the spirit went to the spiritual realm, and he was at rest. And that's what the Messiah was saying. But you had the disciples, they thought that he was actually meaning like physically taking like a nap. But that's not what the Messiah was saying. Okay, John 11:11. It says, these things he said. It says, these things said he, and after that he saith unto them, our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go that I may awake him out of sleep. Right? But Lazarus was dead. Physically, in the flesh, he was deceased, but spiritually, his spirit went to rest. right? Verse 12, it says, then said his disciples, Lord, if he sleep, he shall do well, right? Because they were thinking he was talking about him he was taking a nap, that he was fine, he was taking a nap, but the Messiah wasn't saying that. He was saying he's deceased. His spirit is at rest. Verse 13, it says, howbeit Yahushua spake of his death. So he was dead in the flesh, but his spirit went to rest, right? But they thought he had spoken of, they thought that he had spoken of taking of rest and sleep. They thought he was sleeping, like, oh, he's taking a nap. But that's not what the Messiah was saying. It was saying his spirit was at rest. Okay, so that's very edifying there. So he was pretty much, Lazarus was dead. His body was deceived. He was dead in the flesh, but his spirit went to rest. It was at rest, right? Matthew 11 and 13. It says, for all the prophets and the law prophesied until John, right? This is talking about John the Baptist here. All right. And it says, verse 14, if ye will receive it, this is Elias, which is Elijah, which was for to come. Because John the Baptist is Prophet Elijah reincarnated. Okay. So yes, Prophet Elijah, he came back as John the Baptist. Okay. Now it's going to be hard for people to understand that, but it's the truth. It says, for all the prophets of the law prophesied until John, talking about John the Baptist. And if you will receive it, this is Elijah, which was for to come. See, so John the Baptist was Prophet Elijah reincarnated, right? He was Prophet Elijah, and he came back as John the Baptist. Yes, Prophet Elijah did. He came back as John the Baptist. This is Matthew 17 and 11, and this is the same thing right here. It says Matthew 17:11, and it says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, talking about the disciples, Elias, which is Prophet Elijah, truly shall first come and restore all things. Verse 12, but I say unto you that Elias, which is Prophet Elijah, that Elijah is come already, meaning he was John the Baptist. Yes, he came back as John the Baptist, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Verse 13, then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. Right, so when Yahushua was talking about Elijah can't come already, meaning that he's here on the earth, and that time he was saying he's already here dwelling on the earth right now. Prophet Elijah is already dwelling here on the earth. And they didn't understand what he was saying. Then they finally understood that he was talking about John the Baptist. John the Baptist was Prophet Elijah reincarnated. Okay, reincarnation does exist, and it's in the Bible. We're reading it right now. So there you go. Reincarnation does exist, and it is in the scriptures. So hey, Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. Just want to get a quick hit in, giving all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Wahawa Kakwadash. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, and on to the next one. Till next time I say, Shalom.